Intermittent fasting is currently one of the most popular health and fitness trends. And so we decided, you know what, it's time to talk about this. Make sure if you are doing it, you're doing it right, what you need to know in terms of intermittent fasting. So we turn our attention to Dr. Mona Hacker from Horizon Clinical Research. She's on the show to discuss. Hi, Dr. Hacker. Good to have you on this Sunday.
Great to see you. Happy Sunday.
So let's talk about intermittent fasting. First of all, the fact that it's become quite the trend. I mean, especially on social media, online, so many people are doing it or they're wanting to do it. Let's talk about, first of all, what it is. What is intermittent fasting?
Absolutely. So intermittent fasting is exactly like what it sounds like. It's fasting for certain periods of time. And originally, really the main goal was weight loss. And so I always want to look at the evidence behind that and how you do it and what it entails. And there's different ways to do intermittent fasting. For weight loss. There's three main ways that are looked at in the research and the data, because what I'm looking at is all this recent data that's come out about intermittent fasting. As it's gaining more and more popularity, we're seeing more and more studies done on intermittent fasting. So the three main ways that you can do intermittent fasting are: one, you can fast alternate days. So that's called alternate day fasting. You can do the 5-2, which is basically you fast for 2 days, which in men means eating about 600 calories, and women 500 calories, 2 days of the week. And the other 5 days of the week, you eat normally, a normal, healthful diet. And the most popular way that most people are doing is a daily sort of fasting period. Most people are trying to do about a 16-hour fast with an 8-hour time period of eating. So for instance, you could eat from, let's say, noon to 8 o'clock. And during that time, you're going to eat pretty much what you want, because what intermittent fasting has done that's a little bit different is we used to say, you are what you eat, and we're really watching what we eat. But with intermittent fasting, it's really more about when you are eating and what the times that you're allowing yourself to eat are.
I see. And so they also say that, if you do choose, let's say, to fast for 16 hours, every day, studies and information out there state that your body tends to go into a ketosis state, which then helps your body produce fat quicker. Is that true? What is your take, or what are you learning based on the research that's coming in? Is it working?
Yeah, so absolutely. So there's a lot of research that's been out there for a long time on animals and intermittent fasting. And what they saw is a lot of good evidence to support that in animals, that intermittent fasting can increase longevity, so their lifespan. And they even looked at the population of the Okinawa Japanese, and they saw that they've been doing intermittent fasting culturally for many years, and they tend to have longer lifespans as well, less obesity. But what they also saw is that their rates of diabetes were also lower. So then we have to think, why is that? So now we've looked at, and the New England Journal of Medicine, all these very top journals have kind of reviewed the data that's out there. And exactly as you said, Liz, what they're seeing is that, our body, just in really simple terms, when we eat, we use that glucose for energy, and we take that fat and we store it. When we fast, what happens is that we have to use up those fatty stores, those fatty acids, and we also switch to increasing, like you say, ketogenesis, or ketone bodies in our blood supply. And if we're eating all the time, our ketones are really low. But if we're fasting, our ketones go up. And what we're seeing in this data that's really interesting is that these ketone bodies elicit all sorts of pathways in the body, in the brain, in all sorts of tissues that are helping, and I won't get into all the details, but basically they help reduce inflammation. They help with bringing in more antioxidants, lots of little helpful things. They're used for brain energy. So intermittent fasting may prove to be really helpful for memory, concentration, things like that. So that's what all the research is looking at. And so there's a lot of really exciting research that's happening in all those areas. They're looking at it for heart disease. We already know that when you lose weight, you can make your if you have high blood pressure, you can improve that. If you've got high cholesterol, high LDL, HDL, we see just with losing weight that you get an effect. So however you lose weight, whether it's intermittent fasting or some other way. But with intermittent fasting, we're seeing even more than the effect from the weight loss alone. And that's thought to be because of this metabolic switch from using your, sugar to using your fat.
Sure. And as we wrap here, Dr. Hacker, because you definitely went through some of the benefits and the data that's out, but this might not be for everyone. Obviously, with everything, there are always risks involved. I know, you're a big proponent of talking to your physician. Go talk to your doctor. It's a very personal thing, right? Each and every one of us is different. So, just as we wrap, how do you know if it's right for you?
Absolutely. Everyone is different. This takes a lot of willpower. It really does go against our cultural norm of these 3 meals a day and snacks in between. I mean, it's really a change in lifestyle to do this. It's not right for everyone. It might not be right for you if you have diabetes, if you're elderly. Definitely something you want to research, talk to your doctor about, and start slowly and gradually. You don't want to just start with, fasting all day. There's ways that your doctor can help you kind of do it in a gradual way so that it's healthy, so that you're not having a lot of those side effects in the beginning where when you're fasting, you're feeling low energy, you're feeling terrible, you might feel lightheaded, all those things that happen when we're hungry. So you want to do it in a really, really careful way. There is a lot of information about it out there, and I will put some on my Instagram so that you can look at that. But I do absolutely recommend you talk to your doctor about it. And I think as doctors, we're learning more about all these diets, and because weight loss is an important thing, not just for vanity, but for health in so many different areas. So we definitely want to, educate ourselves about it.
Well, Dr. Hacker, thank you so much. I really enjoyed this conversation for personal reasons. But for more information, if you want to reach Dr. Hacker directly, go to her Instagram. It's at Dr. Mona Hacker, spelled out all together. We will see you soon. Thank you so much for the information.
Great to see you.
Okay, take care. Have a great day.
You too.